Hello, everyone, and welcome to Love Talk. My name is Angel D. Thomas, and I am your host. Y'all, tonight on Love Talk is going to be amazing. Y'all, I'm keeping the comments on tonight because I want y'all to be fully engaged. If you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, y'all type them in the comments because I really want y'all to get this information, understand it, and apply it to your lives. Absolutely amazing. Our guest for the evening is Miss Toni Sanders, who is a certified financial education instructor. Y'all, she knows exactly what she's talking about. She has the tools that we need, I'm going to say that again, that we need and that we're going to apply to our lives. Once again, I do have the comments on tonight. Y'all type those comments in the those questions in the comments if y'all have them throughout the interview, throughout the Love Talk, because she's here to help us and I'm here to just tell y'all that y'all need to get this information. So joining us tonight on Love Talk is Miss Toni Sanders. Let's add her on now.
Good evening, Love Talk.
Hey, Miss Toni, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. How you guys doing?
I hope y'all are doing well, Miss Toni. I am doing amazing, and I am just so excited that you're here on Love Talk because
thank you.
You are so welcome. I have to say, you know what you're talking about, and I just really want everyone to get this information. So thank you.
Absolutely. Anytime that I can come and, share and pour into, people so that they can win, I'm all about it. So I'm happy and honored to be your guest tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So y'all, this is Miss Toni Sanders, who is a certified financial education instructor. So Miss Toni, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got your start in financial services.
Okay, awesome. So again, my name is Toni Sanders. I am a certified financial education instructor. I'm also a licensed financial professional. I've been in the industry now for 5 years. I've been a business owner for 25 years. Yes, I know I look about 25, but no, I've been in business for 25 years. I was the owner, operator of 2 salons, a day spa and a boutique. I made lots of money, but unfortunately, I didn't know a lot about money. I didn't come from a family of money. I like to say that most people are 5 generations of broke, and my family just happened to be one of those. And so I really wanted to change. I wanted to show people, how they can really make it and build wealth, leave a legacy of generational wealth for generations to come. And so I joined an opportunity that I'm very passionate about and that I absolutely love to do.
Yes, and just hearing you speak about it, I could just see the passion and the love that you have for it, and I'm just so excited.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, you have to be. I tell anybody, no matter what you do, find something that you love to do and get paid to do it. And when I think about what I do, I don't even have to get paid, and I will still do the same thing. So when you're that passionate about something, then that's definitely the road for you. I love doing hair, don't get me wrong, but I really wanted to leave the legacy. I wanted my legacy to be more about really helping people and empowering people to change their lives for generations to come. I want to leave my mark, and I definitely believe that I'm on track to do that by helping other families learn something that I've been so, instrumental in learning for not just my family, but for my community and other people's families as well.
I absolutely love it. And y'all, I have the comments on. If y'all have any questions about financial literacy, y'all can ask them in the comments. So,
absolutely.
So Miss Toni, it's extremely important that we have financial literacy, that we understand it, and that we apply it to our lives. Mm-hmm. And we have to save for our future. And I know that there are some basic principles. So what are the basic principles of building financial foundation?
Oh, I'm glad that you asked. So absolutely. Let me start by saying that, most people don't realize that there's so much stuff that they know. I know a lot of people know about financial education and they think they know about financial literacy, but all I ask is people have an open mind and an open heart to receive it. I find that most people are highly educated, they're professionally successful, but unfortunately financially illiterate. And I love that you share that today because that's exactly where most people are. But that foundation is so important because without the foundation, it's built wrong way. And just a simple analogy that I love to use is think about a chair. If anyone's sitting in a chair and if one of those legs is missing, that chair is not stable. So I ask you to make sure that you're sitting on all 4 legs of your chairs. So you asked me, what was the foundation? Well, you have to have proper protection. That proper protection is going to be your life, health, and disability, because life happens. And most people aren't thinking about protection, protecting your assets, protecting your health, protecting your income, all of those things that you have to protect. Then you have to control your debt. Most people are living on 110%. Don't live on 100% of your income. You got to save some. So I always suggest that you live on 70% of your income. The other 30% you need to give, you need to invest, and you need to save, because life happens. And that takes us into the emergency fund. Have an emergency fund, because when life happens and you don't have that emergency fund, people tend to go to what? Their credit cards. Well, their credit cards are already maxed out. At this point, they don't have anywhere else to go. So then I suggest, well, if you already have your emergency fund and when life happens, you're already set aside. So if you're saving that 30%, whether you're giving it, saving it, and investing it, you already have it on the side. But if you're living on all the money that you bring into the storehouse, you don't have any money to save. Spend less and save more. Buy what you need, not what you want. You know what? Stop increasing your lifestyle and increase your savings, and you'll have the money, because we make the money. It's not how much money we make, it's how much money we keep, but we're just not keeping enough money. We tend to be consumers, but we need to start saving more money, start investing more money. And I think that will help all of us in the long run. But of course, investments, we do need some investments. We want our money to grow. We want to make sure that we can retire with dignity, and again, leaving that legacy of generational wealth. Make sure that you're diversifying. Don't just have one form of investment. You have to have multiple streams of income. Just like we're talking about multiple streams of income today in the lifestyle, having multiple streams, working different, whether you have a job, whether you have a business, or multiple businesses or opportunities that you're working on. Think about that. Think about it a way in investments too. You want to also have that in your retirement. You don't want to have to depend on one source of income in retirement. So definitely, I like that. She says tools over toys. And let me give you another one that I use. I say POP, hashtag POP, P-O-P. Remember POP, your priorities over your pleasures. Most people are only thinking about the pleasures, but I want you to think about your priorities. Get your priorities in line. And then make sure that you understand that, hey, you have to save. You can't always spend. It's okay to spend. But do you have the same amount of money saved? And most people don't, unfortunately. They plan for the weekend, but we're not planning for our futures.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. And that's actually my brother. And I talked to him a lot about just financial literacy, because he knows a lot of stuff about stuff like this. And I was telling him, oh, Caleb, I'm going to invest. I'm going to invest. And he was like, Angel, wait, you have to do it the right way.
The right way.
Strategically. And now you gave us this foundation on what we need to do. And protection was the very first thing that made a solid foundation. So why should protection be considered first?
Well, you think about protection, that's going to protect them against everything that we need. So Lord forbid if something was to happen, most people think about protection as the ultimate, which is death. You're absolutely right. People will die, but people are also going to live a long time. And once you live a long time, you have to consider these things. What if you get sick, whether that's critical, chronic, or terminally ill? And then think about protect your income. That's the most important thing to our lives right now. Everybody on here, if you don't protect your income and something happens to your income or to the person who produces the most income in your household, what happens to your household financially? That's how people, really get put into a financial ruin, because they haven't protected their income. So it's very important that you do the protection first. That's what holds everything together. People often tell me, oh, I don't need protection. Yes, even wealthy people have protection, because guess what? They protect their assets. So you have to have the proper protection. Now, let me be clear. Most people do have protection, but they're under protected, meaning that they don't have enough. A simple rule of thumb is 10 times your income is enough for protection, because people don't know how much or how to calculate the need for the protection. So I find that either you don't have insurance or you're underinsured, but you want to have the proper protection. And again, insurance is just not in death. It's if you live a long time and you have health issues, whether you're terminally ill, you're critically ill, or you just become sick. And who's going to take care of those things? You have to have the proper protection. It's all about planning for the what ifs.
The what if, yes. And speaking of protection, I want to talk a little bit about life insurance. Sure. And last night during our meeting, you gave me a really, really good example. You said, Angel, we get these cars and these houses and we get the top-notch protection on them. We want the protection because if something happens to my car, somebody hits me, I want to be protected. But a lot of times when it comes to life insurance, we have little to no coverage. And it is very important that we have life insurance. So what is the importance of life insurance?
Well, let's just go back. Let's scale it back for a minute. So you said something. You said, yeah, we get these fancy cars and we insure our car. So let's just use this as an example. The average car today is about $38,000. You would never take a $38,000 car and insure it for $10,000. You want the value of that car so that you can either repair or replace, correct? The same thing that it comes to our families and the ones that we love. You can't replace that person, but you have to replace their economic value. Because if you lose that person's income, will you be able to continue the lifestyle that you so desire? Can you still send your children to college? Can you afford to have them in private school? Can you maintain your lifestyle, live in that same house, drive that same car? Do you have a place, food to eat, clothes on your back? That's what the life insurance brings. And it's a great way to build wealth. It's the least economic way to build wealth for people for generations. There are also other ways that you can do it, but life insurance is one of the least expensive ways, and it's a great tool to use. I just believe that people don't understand life insurance. I have a great book for those who want to take advantage of it. It's 86 pages of the basic principles of building a strong financial foundation. And in the book, it talks about understanding life insurance. This is not our grandmother's life insurance. Okay, you guys, life insurance has really changed over the years. It's just like your cell phone. They've really updated and made some changes to it over the years to make it better. And in our lifetime, I'm pretty sure they'll continue to change it, to make things better because it evolves over time. So just understanding life insurance and the benefits of it and how it could really work for us and getting it as young as possible. Let me repeat, my youngest client's about 2 weeks old because people get insurance on their kids, not just because they want to protect them from death, but they're building their future for the future financially. And that's a great way to get started because they're young and it's cheap and they can take advantage of that.
And a lot of us and a lot of my viewers are around my age, 25 and up.
Oh, it's the perfect time. Yes.
And a lot of times we don't realize the importance of learning the basis of like life insurance and getting life insurance. So y'all, I really, really encourage y'all to get life insurance. Ask your parents if they have it on you and just get the information on it. And when it comes
can I stop you for a minute?
Yeah.
Now, if y'all ask your parents, don't ask your parents if they have life insurance. So you get your own life insurance, and you may even have life insurance on your job, which is great. That's just an addition to most companies. That's called group term insurance. As long as you're in the group, you have the insurance. The minute you leave the group, you don't have the insurance. And that's the basic. Seek outside insurance for yourself, okay? I speak to so many people, and they say, oh, I don't need it. My parents have life insurance on me. Really? Are you adulting now or what?
We trying, Miss Toni.
You trying, but look, it's cheap now for you guys, and you guys don't realize that you can really, really have a fortune by using the vehicle for investments and things of that nature. So that's definitely something that you need to really look into and really read about and really understand, because I understand that people don't make a move, and the reason they don't have the life insurance that they really truly need is because they don't understand it.
Is there a specific type of life insurance?
Absolutely. There's several types. So what I do is I do a financial needs analysis because everybody's need is going to be totally different. So based on that need that you have, I sit down with you and I do what's affordable and what's suitable and vice versa, because something can be affordable and suitable, but again, it may not be suitable because it's just affordable. So there's several types of insurance. Again, it depends on your financial need and your analysis that I do. It's not a cookie cutter approach. Everybody's insurance is going to be totally different. And there's several different types. There's permanent versus temporary. Everybody has their different opinions about it, but I do it on a case-by-case basis because I really dive into a personal needs analysis and what you need, and not what's based on what people are telling you to do. Because I want you to know that life insurance is not a bill, it's an investment. So, that's just going to depend. But there's several different types of life insurance. There's some with cash value. There's some with living benefits. You can get long-term care attached to it, credit chronicle, everything you need. So I see another something said, what if you have a chronic illness and most won't cover you? Yes, you're absolutely right. A lot of people, if you have a chronic illness, but then again, life insurance has totally changed. I'm an independent agent and there's over 346 companies that I work for. Somebody possibly will, depending on, what your illness is. And they just do a questionnaire and they say, just ask some questions, be as truthful and honest as possible, and they're going to find the best carrier for you. Now, one thing that if they do find it for you, of course, you're going to be rated. But I'd rather for somebody to rate me with a higher cost than not have any insurance at all. So that's just something to consider. Most people, and believe it or not, there's a lot of carriers, and the things that you would think that they don't cover, they cover chronic illnesses now, and they also have coverage for people who are HIV. So insurance has definitely changed quite a bit.
Definitely.
Quite a bit.
And when it comes to life insurance and just finances in general, Miss Toni, it's so important that we know our numbers. And last night during our Zoom conversation, you were asking me, Angel, so how much life insurance do you have on your family? And what's your interest rates on your debts? And I was like, I don't know, and you was like, Angel, it's so important that you know your numbers. It's so important. Right. And I know I'm not the only one who just signs something and don't worry about the numbers and just go off of what they tell me.
Right.
How important is it for us to know our numbers?
It is very important that you all know your numbers. You think about it. And the reason I say that is because how do you know what you're chasing if you don't know your number? So if you're here today, you're saying, Toni, I am 25 years old. I want to have X amount of dollars when I retire. I want to have this set aside for my child. I want to have this set aside for this. But how do you know that number that you're chasing and how to get there if you don't know the number? And most people don't know their number. So I'm going to give you a simple rule. It's called the 10-20 rule. That means 10 times your salary is generally enough for protection. So that means if you're making $50,000, 10 times of that is $500,000. 20 times your salary is generally enough for retirement. So that means $1 million for retirement. But let's be clear. There's so many studies out there for millennials saying that you all are going to need $2 to $2.5 million to retire. And I really believe that to be true, because if you think about where we are today and the cost of things today, and you think about fast forward to when you all will retire, how much do you really think you're going to need? $1 million is no longer what $1 million used to be. So I need you guys to start saving now, start investing now, start knowing your numbers now. Sit down with me, someone who can really help you and get a plan together. Because if you don't have a plan, then you plan to fail. And I don't want anybody that's under the sound of my voice to ever fail, because you fail because you don't take action. And I wrote this down because I wanted to make sure that you all remembered this. There's 3 A's. You have to be aware, you have to be accountable, and you have to take action. So that's what I, really wish that people would take from this and really remember those 3 A's.
Yes, be aware, be accountable, and take action.
Absolutely.
And you told me this. We get a lot of we get a lot of information, and if we don't use it, it's just information. That's how you
So this is what I say. I say knowledge is power, but it's the application of knowledge that's even more powerful. So if I give you this information tonight and then you don't take action, then it's just information. And so what is information going to do for you? And it's absolutely nothing.
Yes. So we have to be aware, we have to be accountable, and we have to take action. Oh my goodness, Miss Toni, I hope y'all are absorbing all this information like I am. I'm taking notes, I'm writing stuff down. You are absolutely amazing. So I want to talk about money. We all love money, and we all need money to survive. And there's a saying that money doesn't grow on trees, but you must work for it. And to build wealth, there is a formula. So can you give us the formula to build wealth?
Absolutely. So I ask people all the time, they say, Toni, I want to build wealth. I want to build wealth. And I ask them, do you know how? And they said, yeah, just go to work. No, there's a formula. So the wealth formula is money plus time, a good interest rate, minus taxes and inflation. So let me explain that in a little deeper way. So everybody makes money, but do you know how to make your money work for you? So if you tell me that your market of people, followers, are millennials, so you all have time. Time is equivalent of money. Let me repeat. Time is equivalent to money. You can never get your time back, so you have to take advantage of it. So, Angel, you're younger than I am, so you have nothing but time, so it takes you a little bit of money. Whereas I'm older, so it takes a lot more money because I have less time. So that's why I encourage you all to take advantage of the time that you have. Don't wait. Start today. Take action. Most people say that they're going to do it. They're going to do it. I'm going to get started. But we're natural born procrastinators. Don't procrastinate. Don't put off what you could do today for tomorrow, because sometimes tomorrow doesn't come. So that's why the wealth formula is so important, that you understand how it works and how you can make it work for you. You want to build wealth, you got to have money. You got to have time. You have to have a positive rate of return, which is the interest rate minus inflation and taxes. Why do I throw in inflation and taxes in there? Because those are silent killers. They kill your ability to build wealth. You have to include them in your plan. So that's how you decide, okay, how am I going to build wealth? How much money am I going to need? How much time do I have to build this wealth? Well, how much interest am I going to get? Where am I going to put my money so that I can get the most bang for my buck? And then including inflation and taxes. That is the wealth formula.
Yes. And I don't want anybody watching this to get discouraged and be like, oh my goodness, I don't know what she's talking about. Y'all, this is the first step. The first step is just being willing to learn and being willing to take in the information. So, Miss Toni, for anybody that is like, oh my goodness, what is going on? What are they talking about? How can your services help them?
Oh my God. So our company is on a national. Yes, let me tell you about our national campaign for financial literacy. As a educator, I really encourage everyone to come into our brick and mortars and take our complimentary workshops. We have them every Saturday all across the United States, including Canada. Some locations have them on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. But this is a complimentary free program, however you want to look at it. All I need is you to say commit and take the time to take these classes. And they range from increasing cash flow to, debt management, building a strong financial foundation and proper protection, building wealth and wealth preservation, retirement planning, everything that you'll need to build a strong future financially. And it's up to you to say, you know what, I'm going to take the time, I'm going to do it. There's only 4 classes. Sometimes the classes are divided up. I think we all do them. It's maybe in an hour to an hour and a half class. I do the classes sometimes virtually. I haven't started up back virtually yet for 2020, but I encourage you to get into one of our centers and take these classes. We have workbooks. This is a participatory program. One class is not a prerequisite for the other one, so that you can come in and get the information that you need. But most importantly, once you become aware, you're accountable, and then you must take action. Because again, I just don't want to be another person giving you information. I want you to see you apply this to your life so that you can win. And so that's where I would start. I would also start with having a financial needs analysis. Where are you at? What number are you chasing? Are you on track to reach your goal? Have you even gotten started yet? Do you have a budget? This is a great time to sit down with me and do a budget, because, budgeting is very important in the new year. The main 2 things that people, the resolutions that they make, Angel, is I want to lose weight and I want to get on track with my money. Well, you have to have a plan. I have the plan. I have the solution for your financial resolutions, but it also includes you making a decision and a commitment to take action. So yeah, the resources are definitely available for people. I'd love to, offer all your viewers a complimentary service. Contact me. I'll be more than happy to sit down with you for a session to give you the education that you need, a financial needs analysis, because I believe that if I take all the resources off the table, all the excuses off the table for you to win, because most people think, oh, it's too expensive, I can't do that. Well, guess what? My services are complimentary to you, but I only take on clients who are committed to change their lives, because a lot of people, they're not committed. It sounds good to them, but they're not committed. And you really have to be committed to really start building wealth, to really, get on track with your finances and make that commitment, that you want to save your future.
Yes. And we are at the perfect age. So y'all make sure that y'all take advantage, take full advantage. And Ms. Toni, we've been talking about saving for our future a lot. And saving for the future requires time and discipline. And it also means sacrificing now to be comfortable in the future. And
Absolutely.
saving for the future requires, correct me if I'm wrong, it requires paying yourself first, buying only what you need, making small changes, which equals big money, time, and getting rich slowly. So, what is the importance of saving for the future?
I think somebody's been reading our book.
I
I love it. It's so important because you know what? We're young now, but those clicks come fast. So if you're 25, then 35, then 45, and 55, and 65. And before you know it, that time has already passed by. So again, taking advantage of the time, sacrificing today so that you can do what most people won't be able to do later. And that's what people don't understand, that you have to be able to sacrifice. When you're building for your future, you have to sacrifice. Sometimes you're not going to be able to go out for dinner. You may not be able to go to happy hour. But if you budget and put it in your plan, then you can do it sometimes. But do you have to do it all the time? You got to learn to say no to friends and family, and sometimes even to yourself. So it's really important. Don't plan for the weekend, plan for your future. You want to travel and you want to have a lifestyle, you have to plan for that. And it's okay that you can't do everything in one time. If you saving your money and you're seeing your money grow and you're investing in places, trust me, you're going to be much happier later, not just now. Because just think about it. If you don't have money for your future, who's going to take care of you? Who's going to take care of you? You think our government's going to take care of you? You think that your company is going to take care of you? Nobody's going to take care of you. Nobody's responsible for your financial future but you. And so you have to be the one that say, you know what, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna make some changes in my life. 2020 to me is a perfect vision. It's a year of clarity. It's 2020 is clear. I wear glasses, and without these glasses, I don't have 2020 vision. I need you guys to put on your glasses and really, make some changes in your life. Now is the perfect time. It's the perfect year. It's the ninth day of the year. This is a perfect time for you to get started. Don't talk about it, just do it. You have to be a doer. And that's what we lack. We lack the understanding. We lack the taking action, making the decision to take the action. But now is the perfect time to do it so that you can save for your future.
Yes. And we are going to use the 3A method. We're going to be aware, accountable, and take action. I absolutely love it, love it, love it. And we keep talking about time. I'm hearing time. Saving for the future requires time, and the wealth formula requires time. So why is time so important?
Because most people are always looking for something that's a get rich quick. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. So it takes time. It takes time to build wealth. It takes time, to see things manifest. And so that's why I tell you, especially while you're young, take advantage of it. Because I can tell you right now, you can last a lot of people who are Gen Xers, who are in the Generation X era, or the baby boomers. If they had time, if they can turn back the clocks and do it all again financially, they would. They would be in a better place financially if they had the information today. I personally, if I would have had this information at 25 versus 51, let me tell you how much further I would be along. But most people are not going to take advantage of it. They're not going to take advantage of time. And then 25 years later, they're going to say, I remember when I was on Love Talk and Angel had Toni Sanders on there, and she gave me some very powerful tools, but I didn't listen. I didn't take advantage of them, and I didn't take action. And so they're going to be in the same place.
Yes, we have to use time. Like you said earlier, time is money.
Time is money.
So we have to use those 3 A's, y'all. I'm reverting back to that. We have to be aware, we have to be accountable, and we have to take action. We have to.
Absolutely.
And gaining financial literacy is not only for us, but it's for generations to come. And
Absolutely.
Like you told me, somebody has to stand up and be like, I'm going to be that one to change it for generations to come. So I'm raising my hand and saying, I'm going to be that one. Y'all make y'all that one too. And
it only takes one. It just takes one person to get it started, and then you create that for the next generation, and you teach. So we have to teach. So I can't make excuses for my grandmother not teaching my mother. The resources just weren't available for them, and my mother wasn't educated to teach me. But me now, it is my responsibility to now teach my 24-year-old daughter so that when she gets married and have kids, and she can keep the generational wealth going. But somebody has to be the first one, and it only takes one person. And why not that be you? Why not? It has to be somebody. So why not me? Why not you?
Yes. And the good thing about financial literacy is not a hidden secret, and it's not something that you have to really go digging for and like, oh my goodness, where is it? Because like you said, we have so many resources now. And a lot of people like myself, we don't know what to do. And like I said, there are resources out there. So for anyone that wants to begin gaining a financial literacy to change their lives, what are the first steps that they should take?
Well, the first step is just becoming aware and just be transparent and say, you know what, I don't know everything. I need help. I need somebody to really sit down with me and, you know, really show me exactly where I am because I don't know. And let's get into these classes. Let's take advantage of these workshops and so that we can educate ourselves, because for those people who have children, how can you teach your children something that you don't know? You have to become aware first. You know, it's just like when you're taking a trip and you get on the airplane. What does the flight attendant tell you to do? They want you to secure your mask first, and then you can help everybody else. But you can't help anybody because you don't know. We just don't know what we don't know. So I encourage people, again, to take advantage of time, you know, get into the workshops, sit down, let me do a financial needs analysis on you, let me do a budget for you. I've taken the excuses off the table that if it's a matter of money or time, it's no longer an excuse. You have to make the commitment that you're going to change your life, and you're going to change it sooner rather than later.
Yes, y'all make sure y'all take full advantage. Miss Toni just offered her services. She took everything off the table. You can't say I don't have the money, I don't have the time. Y'all, we have to make time for things like this. We have to set ourselves up so that we set our children up, and it'll just trickle down from generation, and generation. And
Absolutely.
I am just so excited, y'all. I'm gonna repeat those 3 A's. We have to be aware, we have to be accountable, and we have to take action. And like I said earlier, I'm 25. We're considered millennials, and y'all, I don't want y'all to be overwhelmed by all this information. This is a start for y'all to even just being here, listening to this conversation. I'm just excited that y'all are here because we need this information, because we deal with this on a daily. We deal with money on a daily basis. We deal with all type of things. We have to know our numbers. We have to know the importance of life insurance, the importance of knowing the foundation. Tell us again, it's protection.
Yeah, your financial foundation. You have to know the wealth formula. There's so many different concepts that you need to know. Just reach out. And just like I did with Angel, I think that everybody needs to have their own, financial needs analysis. This is a great time of the year to do a review, and just to see exactly where you are. Because if you'll be in the same place. I always ask people, if you don't sit down with me or any other financial professional, where will you be in the next 5 weeks, 5 months, 5 years? Yes. You got to change, and it starts somewhere. You have to start somewhere.
And I just want to tell y'all, do not be embarrassed about the financial analysis. I went into the financial analysis like, oh my goodness, look, Miss, I told her from jump, I said, look, Miss Toni, and she was like, wait, Angel, you are in the perfect position. And because I'm willing to make the change, I know the things are going to happen. So y'all do not be embarrassed. Y'all make sure y'all jump on this opportunity. Get with Miss Toni, because guess what? She is helping us set ourselves up for success. What's a good baseline percentage for a monthly budget based off income?
Oh, well, I love that one. 70%. I tell my clients to live on 70% of their income. The other 30%, again, you're going to give, you're going to save, and you're going to invest. And then that takes all the excuses off the table of, oh, I don't have money, or I don't save. 70%. Most people are living above their means. I like, with one of the other people say in the industry says, act your wage. Stop living above your means.
Ooh, yes. Now, Miss Toni, what's the importance of paying ourselves first?
Oh my goodness, you have to pay yourself first. Before you pay a light bill, before you pay anybody, pay yourself first. There's nobody more important than you. That's if I can tell you anything, pay yourself the first hour of every day. You deserve that. Your family deserves that. Your future deserves that. That's the only way. You go to work every single day, and you have to pay yourself first. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to pay yourself and you're going to go out and you're going to buy a bag, you're going to buy some shoes, you're going to go trap. No, I mean, you're going to pay yourself and you're going to invest the money. Again, if you're doing that 70-30 rule, then guess what? You'll have the monies to do that. You'll have have the money in the event that an emergency comes up. You'll have the savings, and then you can budget out. Let's budget out for that entertainment or for those shoes or for something that you want. And most of the times, can I say this, we're emotional spenders. We buy based on emotion. Wait 24 to 48 hours to see if you still want it. And if you want it, okay, maybe go get it. But make sure that you can save that same amount of money. So if you're going to buy a $60 pair of shoes, can you save $60?
Ooh, that's a word. That's a word for real. Wow.
Because we're really quick to spend money. We're the number one consumers, but we're the worst savers. Everywhere around us is telling you to spend. You wake up, the TV, advertisements. You get on social media, advertisements. You turn on the radio, advertisement. You get in your car, advertisements. You drive down the road, advertisement. But where are the people who are telling you to save for your future?
Slim to none.
Right here.
Yes.
If you're ready, I'm ready. But you have to be ready. You have to make that commitment to change.
Yes, y'all, again, make sure y'all jump on this opportunity. Miss Toni is willing to help. She is willing to help set us up for our future. So, Miss Toni, my philosophy is be bold, be beautiful, be you. I literally say this all day. I encourage it to everyone, and I have it written and posted everywhere. So what is the philosophy that you live on and stand by?
So for me, I just believe in living well and dying well. If you live well, you should also die well. And that's it right there. Because let me tell you something. I see a lot of people, they live their best life. Oh, hashtag living my best life. I was like, okay, let's see how well you're living your best life. Have you set your future up for your retirement? Are you set up for your future? Do you have long-term care, living benefits in the event that something happens? So you can't just be out here partying and living it up and not even thinking about, if something happens, am I going to be okay? Can I still live my best life? So again, if you live well, you should also die well.
Oh, yes. I love that. And I see my mother-in-law sitting in those hearts. She always encourages us to know our numbers. She'll ask me, ain't like you, the same questions you ask me, and I'll just be like, I don't know. So I want to encourage y'all to know your numbers and to just make sure that you live well and die well. Yes, Ms.
Absolutely.
Toni. So at this time, I just want to open up the floor to you to say whatever it is that's on your heart.
Well, you know what? I just love when people give me these opportunities. I do a lot of speaking engagements, whether it's on Instagram or any other social media platform, for people to be able to get the information. I don't care how you get the information. I just think that in this day and time, in this decade, I really hope and pray that people will take finances more seriously. I have all kind of t-shirts. I live, breathe, and sleep financial services, financial literacy. I believe that, before, people used to think that this was only privy to people with money or to the wealthy people. But I want you to know that everybody can live their best life financially. Everybody can save for their future. Everybody can have a retirement of dignity, and everybody should, again, have 5 generations of wealth. Before we never left wealth, but I want you to understand that the Bible says that we should leave a legacy of generational wealth for our children's children. And people always say, well, Toni, money is not everything, and poverty isn't either. So I want you to pick and choose which one you desire. For me, I desire the one that can help my family so that the next generation can even have it even better than I had it. I want people to understand that I'm not a winner if my community is not winning. And I want us all to win. I want people to understand that this is something that we can all achieve, which is financial independence and financial freedom. And you're not going to get it with your job. I don't diss anybody with a job, but I do encourage you to be like other communities and also start a business. Okay. It's very important that our community also becomes the lenders and just not the borrowers. I'm really big on generational wealth, leaving legacies, and building wealth. Why not? Somebody has to do it. I want to be the first one. Why can't you be the first one? Again, the services are complimentary, but it's still up to you to make a decision to change your life and your family's life for for generations to come. And that's what I want to leave you with. You're more than welcome to reach out to me. I'm on all the social media platforms, including Instagram and Facebook. I do a little Twitter. I'm not a very good tweeter, but Instagram and Facebook, I'm really big on. And Facebook. I'm really big on Facebook because I can just leave more content of information. You can also follow one of my other business pages, which is the Houston Housewives of Finance, where we're the new face of financial services. I don't want you to think that African American sisters can't help you with your finances because we come from a white male dominated field. But I want you to know that I can do the same thing that anybody else can do, and even better. I want to educate you and empower you to change your lives financially so that you can make a better informed, educated decision based on you. And guess what, you guys? My services are free. Take advantage of it. There's nothing to have a conversation, but it does take commitment on your part to make sure that you change your life and your family's lives. And that's what I want to leave you with. Again, if you're going to live well, I want you to die well too.
Yes, Miss Toni, I got chill bumps listening to you. Yes. I hope y'all enjoyed Miss Toni as much I did. I want y'all to jump on her offer, y'all. She's offering to help y'all. Nothing is on the table. The services are free, but you have to be willing. Y'all, we are going to be aware, we're going to be accountable, and we are going to take action. Miss Toni, thank you so much for being a guest here on Love Talk. We're definitely going to have to do this again. And we're definitely meeting up again because you are really helping with finances, and I am willing, and I'm just excited. My brother said, thank you. Yes, the hearts are coming in. This was awesome. I just want to say thank you so much.
You're welcome.
We have to take action. So
I'll tell you what. So anybody on there who goes to my Instagram, you kind of DM me, send me a message, and I'll send you a copy of the book that I sent to Angel. It's just 86 pages of the basic principles of financial education. If you're interested in a financial need analysis, again, just DM me and I'll get with you. I'll set up a virtual appointment. I don't care wherever you are, all across the United States. I'm able to do a Zoom account. I have a Zoom account so that I can do a virtual appointment with you. I'll send you information on our workshops, but take advantage of it, you guys. Don't make any more excuses. Know your numbers, okay? That's really important. 2020, year of clarity. Let's have vision. Put on your glasses so that you can see, okay?
Yes, y'all heard it here live from her mouth. Thank you so much, Miss Toni. I just want to thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much for being a guest. You are amazing, amazing, amazing. Thank y'all for tuning in. I am just happy that y'all got this information, and now you just have to apply it to your lives. So y'all just reach out to Miss Toni, and y'all be bold, y'all be beautiful, y'all be you. Y'all have a good night. Thank you, Miss Toni.